Uinta Mountains, the old stomping grounds. I had the privilege of joining my good friend Will for his annual birthday celebration hike and to finally check out an area of the Uintas that I'd not been to before. So with packs on, we hit the sloppy, wet trail, but little did I know that this trip was not going to be quite what I hoped it would be. Well, hello friends. It's great to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm out on a 3-day backpacking trip here on the north slope of the Uinta Mountains. Actually, in an area that I've never hiked in before. So I get to see some new basins, some new lakes that I've never been able to see before. And I'm here with my good friend Will. It's been a while since he and I have been able to get out on a trip together. And it's just good to be together and get out to enjoy a beautiful place. So here we go. So the first lake that we're headed to today is called Allsop Lake, but Will's been joking up here, calling it all slop. Sloppy slop going on with the trail, and it's true. I've already got wet feet, and it's just a muddy, disgusting mess. Part of it's the fact that there's cows that just graze and range up here, and oh man, Will. All right, we're gonna play a game here in the comments for a minute. I've got 4 pieces of gear on this trip that you guys have never seen me use before. 2 of them I'm going to talk about. The other 2, I'm not even gonna mention at all. So you need to pay close attention and in the comments, start guessing on what these 4 pieces of gear are. And watch the whole video because then you'll be able to see everything. But then at the end of the video, I'm gonna give some instruction on how 2 of you who guess correctly are going to win some Peak Refuel freeze-dried meals. Yeah, we're gonna do a giveaway. That's how this is gonna work. Good luck. So it's very obvious that this trail has had next to no maintenance at all this year. The number of down trees is pretty amazing. We're probably over, I don't know, 30 or 40 trees that we've had to get around and such. That is so pretty, man. Jeez. Oh, super squish. So there's this funny thing with the altitude that it feels like once you hit 10,000 feet, your body is just like, something is different. And sure enough, I looked at my watch and we're at 10,300 feet and done almost 1,600 feet of elevation gain, over 7.5 miles. At least that's what my watch says, probably closer to 8. But, so it's not a crazy amount of elevation, but my body's tired. I'm ready to sit in camp. We're almost there. All right, we've made it to Allsop Lake. beautiful. This is just the best of the Uintas, especially when you get to enjoy it all to yourself. There's literally no one else up here. I think it's obvious that the first thing that needs to come out is the chair. Although we got some cloud cover that is looking pretty gnarly. You can see it behind me there. But that is Alsop Lake. It's about 9 miles to get in here. We're gonna get set up on this bench at the back end of the lake because tomorrow we're making our way up over the ridge into the basin adjacent to us to go spend the night at Priord Lake. Pull my tent out. Look at that. That's pretty slick. Well, behind me here is a new tent that I'm trying out for the first time. This is the Tarp Tent Double Rainbow DW Ultra. So get the fine opportunity, I guess, to be one of the first few people to check out the Ultra series of tents from Tarp Tent. And the Double Rainbow is one of my favorite tents of all time, honestly. The lithium version is the first Dyneema tent that I bought, and it was a very intentional purchase. And so I know that I enjoy the design of this. I've not used the double wall version, so excited to see kind of how that works, but there's a lot of ultra fabric things that are incorporated into this, primarily into the Rainfly, which is the Ultra TNT material that's just under 1 ounce per square yard or square meter in weight. So it's heavier than Dyneema, but it is more durable and lighter weight than polyester. So it kind of like fits into a nice middle ground for fabrics. But I'm excited to see just kind of how it functions and works out for this trip that I'm on. We're gonna go get some water, get some dinner going, and then go do some fishing. See if we can't catch some fish. See how that goes. All right, dinner is done, and Will is going to head up and go check out. He wants to see this like ridge line and stuff. I don't think he's gonna go very high. I don't know. My body just is like, hey, you don't want to do that, so we're not gonna do that. So we're gonna go down to the lake and see if we can't fish. Bring in some little buddies and then let them go. But camp right here is absolutely stunning. Hoping for a pretty awesome sunset with the way that the clouds are. But let's go catch fish, or try at least. The action on the lake right now is unreal. I have lost count at the number of fish that I have pulled in from the water. And for the record, like, I'm very respectful to the fish. I cut all the barbs off of my hooks and make sure that my hands are wet and such before I touch the fish, and keep them in the water as much as possible. So Try to be as respectful as possible, but having a good time. And just, this lake is unreal. I don't think I've ever caught this many fish in one sitting in a Uinta lake. So let's keep going. Cooled down quite a bit. I came up from fishing after catching, I don't know, 20 or so fish and just having so much fun. That's like one of the most enjoyable fishing sessions in the Uintas I've ever had. That was a blast. We got some color showing up from the sunset happening, got the clouds. Oh man, I'm just happy to be here. So I'm gonna enjoy the sunset and gonna see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning to you. Will and I have just been sitting here trying to debate some plans for the day. I'm not feeling super great, and my initial thought was, well, we're in separate cars. Will can go over and do the original route. I can head down back to the car, and now we're thinking like just take it pretty easy today, get up over into the other basin, and then if I'm still not feeling super great, then I'll just make my way further down the trail so that tomorrow I've got less mileage to do and be at lower elevation. I think the elevation is honestly taking its toll on me right now, and I don't really have like a headache or like acute mountain sickness type of symptoms. If I did, I would have already like made other decisions. But yeah, I just like have a lot of anxiety and my body's just like really fatigued. So I guess that's what we're trying to do. Like, I thought breakfast was gonna help me feel better, and I don't know, I just didn't sleep well last night, and so I don't know. Not every trip is like hunky-dory awesome. I don't feel awesome right now. So yeah, that's the plan. That's what we're gonna do. There's Will down there getting everything all packed up. So because of how I'm feeling, I just am slowly starting to make my way up over the pass. And I feel like as soon as I get up over the pass and then starting to go down lower in elevation, that I should start to feel better. And for the record, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think that this was an option. If I was feeling any worse, you better believe that I would be headed back to the car. But I'm not really enjoying myself right now. And it's because of how I feel, but trying to just have a better attitude. So I guess as an example, my heart rate is in the 170s. I am definitely feeling it. I'm pretty certain we're going to be going up over that ramp, that notch right there in the middle of the screen. So we're just stopping here at the base of the climb, basically. I'm gonna wait for Will to show up to make sure that he and I are doing it together. But I'm feeling like okay right now, fairly decent. I've got my water bottle full of Element. I've actually really fallen in love with that product. And then I'm gonna get some snacks going here, just get some calories in me. But one of the things that I've not talked about so far with the new pieces of gear that I'm checking out is my pack. You guys should have already noticed this from what you've watched so far on this trip, but this is the first new pack that I've used in 3 years, and it's the Big Agnes Prospector 50. And when these first came out, I was like, that's a pretty interesting looking pack. especially for Big Agnes not having been in the pack space before. So I thought, why don't I go ahead and give it a try? And there's a couple things that I really don't like about it so far, but otherwise I'm pretty impressed. It packs well, it carries pretty well, but those two things are the sternum strap is a pain. It likes to slide up as you're hiking, and the second is the hip belt is just less than ideal. It doesn't fit very well. It's putting a lot of pressure on my iliac crest. The pack feels like it's sitting lower than it should, and so it's just not carrying the way that I'm used to from my previous packs, namely the Waymark Through that's been my favorite for a long time. But I'm gonna get some food in me, and then we're gonna make it up over and kind of see how we do. All right, let the scramble begin. I got some good snacks in me. Will's with me now, and we're a little bit to the right of where I was thinking we would go up. But Will has done this before, so that's helpful. And here we go. Boulder City. Nice work, dude. We doing it? Yeah. I'm calling this the epitome of Type 2 fun. Oh man, we are so close though. Look at this. It's right up there. All right, final push. Here we go. Oh baby. Yeah. Oh, sick. Look at that. All right, down we go. The nice thing is, I'm starting to feel a little better, but still not awesome. And we're at 11,500 feet right here, so decent amount of elevation, and it's gonna be nice to get down lower, make me feel a lot better. But thanks to Will for helping me get up here. Man, you have to be so careful coming down stuff like this. Especially with a 30-pound pack on. Man, that is a long ways up there. Oh, I'm glad to be off that boulder field. Spent the last hour and a half or so hanging out here at Northeast Lake. Will went for a quick jaunt up to Priord without me. I'm still just feeling very fatigued, and so we're gonna head down the trail and get closer to the car for tonight, as opposed to being close to 9 or 10 miles away from the car and having to really book it early in the morning. So we're gonna start walking here in a second, and that's kind of the plan for now. I think it's really easy to convey on camera, like, that things are great and you're awesome and I don't really know where I'm walking. But I'm just trying to figure out why my body feels the way that it does. Like, we're at 10,000 feet, that's part of it, I feel like, but I'm just tired, man. And this is kind of how I felt in the Sawtooths as well. I was just tired. Like my body is just, ugh. So I don't know. Probably need to figure it out a little bit. But where are we going? Trying to figure out where the trail goes, but yeah. What's up, lady? Well, things could get interesting here. We have walked past the junction for Priord and Alsop. So it's 6 p.m. already. We are giving ourselves 30 minutes to find a spot to camp. And if we can't find anything within 30 minutes, then we're just going to hike back to the cars and go car camp somewhere tonight. It'll make for a quick escape in the morning, but that's just how today has gone, I guess. We had a pretty interesting turn of events happen from the last time that I told you we were gonna wait 30 minutes. We got to where we're at right now, and Will was like, oh shoot, I don't have my phone. And
I used other words.
he used other words. Phone totally not with him, and so we dropped packs and we scurried back to the water crossings at the junction between the two lakes, the trails I mean, and we, I don't know, spent 10-15 minutes. I was able to find the phone, kind of like down in a log, just from stepping over, so fortunately, we found the phone, but what that means is we are gonna go ahead and make our way back to the cars tonight, because we're just over 3 miles and it's 6:50 right now. So, yeah, not really how either of us probably planned for this trip to go, but that's just how it goes sometimes. And yeah, there you go.
Guy is my hero tonight.
Well, I think it's only appropriate now to talk about instructions for the giveaway. So if you recall, I brought 4 pieces of gear on this trip that I had never used before. 2 of them I talked about, 2 of them I absolutely showed in camp setup as well as just out and about on the trip. So the instructions are the first 2 people to email me the correct 4 items, I will send 2 Peak Refuel meals as a giveaway. And that's gonna be the fun for this. The trip has not been awesome in some ways, but we'll make it awesome with this. So email is down in the video description, and let's have some fun with this. See if you guys get it right. All right, well, I'm actually going to sign off at this point and just say thanks for hanging out with me on this unique trip. This is not the amount of miles that I wanted to do today. This is not obviously how we expected today to go, and sometimes that's just how it goes. But at this point it's 7 o'clock and we've got an hour of ish daylight, so back to the cars. Here we go. Oh, we freaking did it. Oh man. Whew.